What is going on, everyone? It is Tal, and I'm bringing you week 1 of UDL season 2. And yeah, we got a really tough matchup ahead of us, but I'm really excited for this season. So if you guys are excited as well, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, hopefully this battle goes well. So we're facing off against a really scary team here. Two terrifying TERA captains in the KARTANA and the Corviknight. Corviknight, of course, being a more defensive option, defogger, iron defense, body press. KARTANA being a more offensive option, 109 base speed and just a ridiculous attack stat. And being able to change its type is good, but very bad special defense. So we're going to try to take advantage of that this week. Some huge offensive threats in the Palafin, Mega Diancie, Zeraora, and the Urshifu. All really scary, as well as another bulky option in the Slowking. Noivern also is just a really fast special just breaker that can, you know, boom burst, Draco, flamethrower, hurricane, etc. Don't really expect it this week, but it still is a very good mon. So going into this week, I was really thinking I need a lot of offense, I need a lot of defense though. So his mons are very physically, you know, they push toward the physical end. The only real special mon is maybe some Zeraora, but mostly the Mega Diancie as well as the Noivern. So I was thinking, I actually tried out, I believe, every single mon here except for the Vigoroth. So in mocks, I've tried every single mon. I think every mon had an okay matchup here, but it was just getting the balance right. So first mon that we are going here is going to be the Mega Metagross, of course. I was running max speed because of the Mega Diancie, but then I realized that Bullet Punch is just as fine here. So we got Bullet Punch for that priority. We got Earthquake for the Zeraora, as well as a Mega Diancie switch in. Also got that Meteor Mash just for really good stab damage and everything, and then Thunder Punch for that Corviknight and for that Palafin here. Urshifu is going to be kind of a big threat, so if we can catch an Urshifu with a Meteor Mash, that would be huge. Next mon that we are going to be going with here is the Xurkitree. We're going to be running a Scarf set this week, enough speed to outspeed a max speed Zeraora here, and yeah, the only issue with this set is that Zeraora does have the Volt Absorbability, which means that it can be immune to all of us. But once the Zeraora is down, this mon just clicks Thunderbolt like crazy. It is really good into this team here. Dazzling Gleam for the Urshifu, as well as maybe like a TERA Dragon on the Corviknight, as well as just catching something off guard. Energy Ball is really good into the Zeraora, as well as the Slowking is a good middle ground before I start spamming the electric moves. I believe Zeraora is going to be a switch-in into Xurkitree almost every single time, so if I can catch it off guard with an Energy Ball and then just start clicking once it's dead, that could be really, really beneficial. Next one we're going here is going to be an Assault Vest Tornadus Therian. Really good into this matchup. We are going to be TERA Ground this week for TERA Blast into stuff like the Diancie, like the Kartana, like the Zeraora, and it's just very good. Heat Wave for that Corviknight, U-Turn for General Pivot, and then Hurricane for basically everything else. Enough speed to outspeed a max speed Mega Diancie here, as well as outspeeding that Kartana and that Palafin, as well as that Urshifu. Some of those faster threats there that he has, not the Noivern, not the Zeraora, but is still very good into the Zeraora because of the TERA Ground. Next one we are going with, this is where stuff gets a little bit dicey. I basically had Xurkitree, Mega Metagross, and Torn, or sorry, yeah, the entire time, but then this is where I kind of changed stuff up. We're going to be going Rocky Helmet, Unaware Clefable. This is really good into the Palafin if he wants to do a setup variant. Max defense, max HP, where Wish, Teleport, Onco, and Alluring Voice if he wants to have a substitute set with setup on any mon such as the Palafin or the Urshifu or the Zeraora. We can click Alluring Voice, go through that, and then also confuse him. We're Encore in case he wants to do some weird stuff. With maybe like the Slowking or setting up with the Palafin, as the Encore can go through the substitute. And yeah, Teleports is really good for Chilly Reception from the Slowking to get out slower, to get some more momentum. Unaware is also just really good for his setup sweepers. Next one we're going fully specially defensive Salamence here. Roost, Roar, Dual Wing Beat, and Toxic. Literally the whole purpose of this is to just roar stuff out, be a little bit of a disruptor, intimidate stuff. It's mostly for the Palafin, but also for some threats it can stand its with against the Diancie, take a hit, maybe roar it out, or I guess it would roar us out, but maybe that's okay in the long run. Dual Wing Beat for that Urshifu, and yeah, Toxic for that Slowking, just to kind of be a disruptor, intimidate, specifically though for that Zeraora, that Palafin, and for that Urshifu. Final mon we're going to be going with this week is a max defense Muck Alolan. Poison Jab, Knockoff, and Drain Punch for general damage into basically everything, and Haze for his setup sweeper. So that is going to be the team for this week, and yeah, let's just jump straight into the battle. See you there. Okay, so we are in the battle here, and he brings the 6 that I'm expecting, so nothing really crazy there. I expect that he's going to lead the Palafin. I think we have a pretty safe Mega Metagross lead, and can just Thunder Punch into... Oh, he leads the Zeraora. That's actually huge. I think I will just click the Earthquake here. I don't really think, even if he's banded, he could do anything huge to us. And, I mean, yeah, he could easily Volt Switch into something like his Corviknight, and I think that's completely fine. Yeah, I mean, kind of what I was expecting in that first turn. So I think we can easily go the Clefable, or we can Thunder Punch to scout out some stuff. I think I will Thunder Punch, see what kind of set he is. Does 51, he is the Rocky Helmet. He will U-turn out, and he will go into that Urshifu. So I think we have a pretty safe switch into the Clefable. Yes, you can like Poison Jab or Knockoff, or sorry, actually it may be safer to go with Muck. I think the Poison Jab's pretty obvious here. Maybe even an Iron Head. Or maybe even just close combat. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go Salamence. Get that Intimidate off. He's not curing it. He does go for the Wicked Blow. We can see how much that is supposed to do. So Salamence, let's go Urshifu. It's not looking banded. It's looking like a lot. Not looking banded here. I think I should go Clefable though. Did a lot, not really sure. Maybe it's Scarf? It's not banded. It's also not Scarf. Could be Black Glasses, actually. He's gonna go Corviknight. We're gonna go Clefable here. Pretty safe on our end. I think we could just or I think I can actually Wish. Wish seems a little bit safer. He does go for Taunt. Very interesting. Okay. So we have a couple different options here. I think the Torn is just the safest play. He does go for Roost. That is completely fine here. I will go for that Heat Wave, and just want to check on his Terras. He is Terra Grass and Terra Ground. Terra Ground is completely fine for us to face. Terra Grass is quite interesting, but not really complaining about that. He does go to Zeraora. We do Heat Wave. Gets the leftovers up. I will just Terra Ground Terra Blast here. Because yeah, Circuitry just goes insane once this mon is dead, so if I can just eliminate it, that's huge. If he's not looking at what our Terra is, then yeah, I mean, he easily could go into his Corviknight here. He does Grass Knot, just nothing. We get the Terra Blast off, and he is bulky. He is super duper bulky. We're going to go for the Heat Wave here, as I do expect him to go into Corviknight. Heat Wave should pick up the KO against the Zeraora, but we will see. Very interesting start, though. I don't think he will go into a Palafin. He actually does go for Knockoff. Go for Heat Wave, does knock him out. Okay, so Circuitry goes insane now. Now, if I could just get Circuitry in, it feels like it could be game over, except I think he has Terra Ground on Corv. Okay, so it's not game over, but that is interesting to know. He's not banded on the Urshifu, unless I just completely miscalced. I don't think I did. He goes into Kartana. He is Terra Grass. I feel like I have unless he's Scarf, I feel like I have a pretty safe Heat Wave into this thing. He could be Scarf. I think that information alone would be nice to know. But if he is Scarf, getting this Salamence actually really nice. I am whispering now. I'm going to go for Heat Wave. If he's Scarf, he's Scarf. I really do want to get this damage off. And he could expect like the Terra Blast. I think just in general going for this attack is the most beneficial. He is Scarf. Okay, really good to know. Really good to know here. I think Salamence and then just clicking Roost is completely fine on my end. We are a bulkier set. He is Scarf Kartana, but again, I think I would love for him to TERA with the Kartana. I just don't think he's going to. Yeah, knowing his Scarf is also really good because we were basically max. He goes into the Corviknight. Fine, fine, fine. He may go for a taunt here. Also is fine. I think I want to knock this off. I think I will go into my Muck. We are Black Sludge. He does go for the U-turn. I really want to try to force this Kartana to TERA. So, 1 kill here via the Tornadus Therian. Xurkitree is set up for success right when I could get it in safely, which I'm not sure when it's going to be. It's probably going to be after something dies. So I need that opportunity to come. It's after something dies, but also not against the Urshifu because of Sucker Punch. So what is he going to go into here? I think I'm okay with basically anything. I think I would prefer the Kartana to come in. I did not face Scarf Kartana in mocks, but I think our Salamence just kind of walls it here, so I'm really not worried about it. Kartana was really good into Alola, into Tusk, so like I get the bring. Actually, I think it's a pretty good bring into our team. But I think with what we brought, I mean, we brought 3 Mons that are super resistant to grass, and then also a Clefable that doesn't really care about it. So we'll see. I don't really think that Kartana can do a whole bunch to Muck. So yeah, he's going to go to Diancie. Makes sense here. He could go for the Earth Power. He goes for Diamond Storm, actually. Doesn't get the boost. Poison Jab does 35. And yeah, I think I will just Poison Jab again. Or I could think about going into Metagross or the Mens. I think I will just Poison Jab again. If he goes for Earth Power, he goes for Earth Power. I think the situation is fine if he does. He does go for Earth Power. He gets the crit. I don't really think it matters. I think we have a pretty safe Metagross switch in. Or we can just go Xurkitree. Will Xurkitree kill? Is the question. My gut is telling me yes. Mega Diancie into the Xurkitree. Thunderbolt will kill if he has no investment, but he could have some investment. I think the Metagross play is just perfectly fine here. I think the Bullet Punch is very, very obvious. It's so obvious to the point I think I just Thunder Punch, and I will. I think that Bullet Punch is so obvious, and if you're trying to keep... Yeah, he goes into Kartana. Please get a para, please get a para. No para, completely fine. We will just go back in the Salamence. Even if you like click Smart Strike or something, I think we're fine. We should be slower, which, you know, does give Corviknight some ability here. But I think that's okay. I think I will go Salamence. If we can get a Toxic off on a Terran Corviknight, that would be really nice. Okay, so he does not switch out. He does go for the knockoff. We are boots, so really doesn't affect anything that we're trying to go for here. And yeah, I think we could just go into our Xurkitree. I will Roost. He does go Mega Diancie. Okay, that is okay. He could Earth Power here. I think we will Roar. Moonblast takes us down, but we should get roared out here, which is what I wanted. Yes, perfect scenario. That is exactly what I wanted out of this turn. We will click the Bullet Punch because we didn't click it last time. He does go into Corviknight. Okay, very smart pivots around from him. He does know we have the Thunder Punch. I will click it again. Does 50%. He probably will Roost up. He does go for U-turn. And I would assume the Kartana would come out here. So I am just trying to play the pivot game until we can get in Xurkitree. It is a little bit difficult right now because of the Terra Ground on the Corviknight, so I need to be able to get it in. Diancie does not love this matchup. He does go Kartana. So, I mean, he could just knock off here. I think I'm fine sacking off the Salamence. You do go for Leaf Blade. That kills, but, you know, almost didn't. I don't feel. We will go into our Clefable, and we will click the Wish, because I do need to get Metagross healthy. Metagross healthy is extremely useful here. I don't think this Leaf Blade is going to do that much into us. We could check if it's Adamant or if it is Jolly here. Kartana. So if he is Jolly, this will never 2-hit KO us. I could also just go for Alluring Voice, which would probably just knock him out. It actually doesn't. I was very miscalculated. I know this thing has bad special defense, but it's not that bad. It's 31, but it's not like 0. So a resisted hit from no special attack investment Clefable. You could think the Flamethrower is coming out. He does go for that Terra Grass. He gets the crit. He does get the crit, and that should do it, because the crit does mean that he should be able to knock out the rest of our mods. Yeah, we were max. Well, that looks like it should do it, because, yeah, a little bit lucky on that end. I think I have to go for the Energy Ball. Yeah, GG to Sickbid. We got really unlucky there with the crit, but you know what, it happens. And yeah, Kartana kind of cleaned up here. So yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.